Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. If you remember, 2 weeks ago or so, I posted a video with the neighbor's sister. Her name's Tristan, and I did this fun look that was part blue and part purple. And I really liked the shape of that. So today I thought I would try and create the same type of eyeshadow look, but I'm going to do it with different fun colors. So I'm going to jump right in with this primer. I'm using the Essence Prime Plus Studio Mattifying and Pore Minimizing Primer with black clay in it, and I'm going to put that all over my face. For foundation, I'm going to do something interesting today. I want to try that thing again where you put dark colors where you want to contour and light colors where you want to highlight instead of foundation and then everything on top of that. So I'm going to start with my lightest concealer. This is the Essence Camouflage Plus Healthy Glow Concealer in the color Light Ivory. I'm going to apply it underneath my eyes, here in the middle of my forehead, and a little bit on the bridge of my nose. I'm then going to use this LA Girl Pro Liquid Concealer in the color Natural, and I'm going to put it around that, just to help that blend, and I'm going to put a little bit of this around the mouth. You can hear that dog barking in the background. They are always doing that. Then I'm going to take half a pump of this LA Girl Pro Matte Liquid Foundation in the color Natural, and I'm going to generally dot it in all the other areas to make sure there's something going everywhere, especially on the temples. Then I'm going to go in with another LA Girl concealer, this time in the color Toast, and I'm going to apply a little bit here where I want to contour. Okay, a little bit more than that. A little bit here, a little bit on the other side, touch underneath my lip, a touch on the top of my forehead, and really the smallest amount on my nose. Because this stuff sets quickly, I'm going to go in immediately and blend that contour out, letting it mix with the shades nearby. I want to blend it in a bit of an upwards direction because I think I applied it a little low. I'm using my dual fiber brush, and I'm pretty much going to blend in most of my face like this, from dark to light, and then I'll smooth it out with a beauty blender. And now we're blending. Well, that roughly gave me what I was looking for. I did not apply enough product for my whole face, so after blending it out, the coverage is pretty sheer. So I'm going to add a little bit more concealer because I do want my face to be nice and bright, and then I'm probably going to apply a powder foundation over it, just to up the coverage a little bit. But I'm gonna keep trying this method. I believe in this method and I'm gonna figure it out. For powder foundation, I'm using this Body Shop one in the color Kyoto Blossom. I'm gonna buff it in with my kabuki brush that I also got from the Body Shop. Just apply it all over my face. And I'm not actually gonna wear this look out today, I'm just doing my makeup for fun, but if I was gonna wear it out, I'd make sure my face and my neck match better than they do right now. But we're experimenting today, so one thing at a time. I'm going to take this end shade from my Shade and Light palette, and I'm going to brighten up underneath my eyes, try and hide those eye bags. Usually when I'm filming, I try having my ring light up so it helps lessen how visible my eye bags are. But right now, I'm filming because the power is out, so I can't turn my ring light on. So most of the light on me right now is kind of reflecting off the floor outside the window right now. So I'm getting light from a low angle, and that makes them a little bit more prominent than I'd like them to be. Let's see how much magic this powder can work, but I don't have high hopes. Gonna use this middle shade here to bronze. Gotta get some intense dimension going, that's what I live for. I'm gonna pretty casually contour my nose today, so I'm gonna take a fluffy yet flat brush, pick up some of that bronzing color, just run it down the side of my nose a little bit. Nothing too dark, nothing too intense. I'm excited to get to the eyeshadow, so I actually want to get done with the face stuff. It's just the other way around, usually I prefer the face stuff. Oh, there was black on this brush. Okay, that was a bad idea. As I was saying about not using an intense contour today, and this is why you wash your brushes. I'm gonna quickly fill in my brows with a powder that's a similar shade to them. I use a little Essence eyebrow kit to do that, and I use a little eyebrow brush. And then I just feather in the shape. After filling them in, I comb out the front again to lighten it a little bit, but I'm happy with that shape. For blush, I'm using this Essence blush in the color Beloved. Use this nice thick little blush brush of mine, and I'm gonna put it on my cheeks. Sometimes I want to complain that this blush isn't pigmented enough and I really have to go in a few times to get it to show up as much as I wanted to. But then I use a blush that's more pigmented and then it's on there and it doesn't want to move, and I'm like, take me back to what I know. I'll never complain again. Then I use it again, and then I complain again, and then I try a darker one again, and then I regret it again. Rinse and repeat. Also get a little bit on that nose today. And on my chin. You know, when I put blush in places I don't usually put it, like my nose and my chin and whatnot, I'm glad this is a slow, buildable brush, otherwise my nose would have been pretty intense. I'm gonna use my usual full power highlighter. I'm using my pencil brush to apply it, right here on my cupid's bow, a little bit up below my nose, rub over it to make it look a little bit more natural. On the bridge of my nose between my eyes, then right on the tip, that part that's already shiny. And again, blend it to make it look normal, underneath my brows as well. And then of course, my cheeks, because we're going all out today. Now that I have all the powders on my face that I want on my face, I'm gonna go in with my setting spray, just to get that all to sit in place while I move on to do my eyeshadow. Now let me see if I can bring you any closer while I move on to the eyeshadow. So I'm going to use this white eyeliner pencil and I'm going to color in my eyelids just so there is a bright base for the eyeshadow to go on. Of course, you can use an eyeshadow base if you have one of those. Don't worry about this part being even, you just need the color generally there and then you can blend it in. And then just rub that to even it out a little bit. Now that's the first trick for helping a colorful shadow show really well, but the second hack is to use your setting spray. And I'll just spray a little bit into the palm of my hand like that. One little spray is all you need. Touch my finger in there and touch it onto my lid where I'm gonna be applying the color. Do that on both sides and it'll help the eyeshadow stick better. It is like wetting your brush and wetting your shadow without actually making a mess of your brushes or your shadows. So today I'm going for McDonald's vibe, so I'm going to pick up a clean flat shader brush and I'm going to pick up this bright yellow color from my BH Cosmetics 88 matte palette. Really trying to load it onto the brush and then I'm going to pack it on. I'm not going to drag, I'm literally going to stamp the color where I want it. And this shade does not cooperate, so I'm going to be patient and work it until I'm happy with it. I find it's best to work in sections, you know, not just go over everywhere, but to like work in lines systematically until all of it's covered. I'm covering most of my lid, leaving the outer third open. And because of the style of look I'm going for, I'm going to stamp some right in the inner corner as well. Dust off that fallout. All my brushes are dirty and I am scared, but I'm gonna just buff that edge ever so slightly. Now I'm gonna take this orange nude toned color right here with a little pointed fluffy brush and just blend it into the crease. I'm blending it down here to help accentuate that inner corner, and I'm taking it straight out a little bit because that's where my outer third is gonna go in a bit. Because that yellow isn't popping enough and I'm down for some shimmer today, I'm gonna mix these two yellow shimmer shades I have from the BH Cosmetics 28 Foil Eyes eyeshadow palette, which has been through it. Shipping didn't treat it nicely, unfortunately. I received it like this. Broke my heart because I was so excited to get it. But I'm gonna pick it up with my finger because that works best. And I'm gonna pack it on top of that yellow eyeshadow base I already have going. I'm then gonna pick up a red eyeshadow from this palette and I'm going to make my outer corner. And this is the part that makes this look exciting, because I'm gonna make a sharp line following my lash line. So let's start easy, kind of just stamp the color in your outer corner of your eye, drag it out where you want it to be. I want it to be pretty straight like that. Drag it back in towards your crease. I'm gonna take it a little bit past the yellow there, so it kind of hugs it. Color in that little area there. I think I want to bring it more onto my lid, so I'm gonna extend it like that. Kind of curve it around. And then very close right onto my lash line. Let it get thinner and thinner until it disappears. I'm just gonna clean that up, blend it out a little bit, but that's the vibe we're going for on both sides. If you feel your red isn't pigmented enough and it kind of looks dark and stuff, mix some bright pink, like neon pink into it. It really livens up a red. Also gonna wrap this onto my lower lash line, pretty far in, get rid of the fallout, and then blend around the edges. I think to soften up these edges, I'm gonna go back in with that orange color I was using, and maybe a bit of a brown, just to make it blend a little bit more naturally into my skin tone. Now for the tough part, trying to get the other side even. And yes, in case you haven't noticed yet, this is a pretty big look. Draws attention. Red and yellow is kind of a strange combination, but I felt like being seen today. I was just obsessed with how that last makeup look turned out, even though it had like some serious 80s vibes with the color scheme. I just really wanted to try it again and see what other colors I can do it with. And I was really feeling, you know, takeout colors. In and out, McDonald's, that type of stuff. As you can see, it is a little bit messy there. I will show you how to clean that up in a little bit. Something I'm very guilty of when it comes to blending is I would just stab at random blending colors, especially in a big palette like this, and be like, okay, I need oranges, I need browns, and just stab multiple ones and then blend them all onto my face. And then when I come to doing the other eye, when I don't do them at the same time, I'm like, what colors did I use again? And then I'm like, just use the same thought process, use oranges, use browns, something in that general area, and then it just does not look the same. And I'm like, oh, what now? So I go back and forth, tampering on both sides to get them to look the same. Now just look at yourself in your mirror. I'm gonna look in my camera, blend on both sides until the corners look the same. Don't be afraid to go in with your hands to blend it a little bit too high, a little bit too far. Your fingers are great at erasing things. So is your beauty blender if you want to use that instead. And just blend around until you're happy with how it's faded. Just be careful not to brush all the color off. Now that part where I messed up, I'm gonna take a clean brush. I dusted this off. Just wipe over that area to get most of the pigment off, and then I'm gonna go back in with the yellow and stamp it on there in a very straight line. See, like magic, it looks better. You can also use this to sharpen up the corner you made there. I had it pretty sharp last time. Now, I don't know, I quite like the blended look, but let's add a little bit more of an angle anyways. And I'm gonna add a little bit right underneath, let it mix in the middle, make a little bit of orange. Oh, I just hit pan on this yellow. Not surprised, it's always the light colors to go first because you really dig into them. Now to step it up a notch, I'm gonna take the Soft Glam palette. You can see I did wipe my brush off on my hand. And I'm gonna take the color Mulberry here. It's a nice deep dark red, and it is gonna give me the definition I want. So I'm picking up this pointed little blending brush I've been using, and I'm gonna go over the deepest parts of the red and then really blend it, hey, because it's gonna look pretty brown in comparison to a true red like this. So use it sparingly, use it wisely, and blend that out. Something that took me forever to figure out when I started doing my makeup is when do you add more color to fix a problem, and when do you just need to keep blending until the problem goes away? And honestly, I haven't figured it out yet. Sometimes I just know when to add a color and when to keep blending, but I'm working on trying to put that into words, because just telling someone, oh, you'll know when, does not help if you're trying to learn. I think if the color looks too dark in one spot, you just need to keep blending, where if it looks like you've got a spot of color and a gap, that's when you need to add more color. I'm also going to take the color Fairy from the Soft Glam palette because it's a really yellow gold, and I feel this definitely needs more shimmer, especially in that inner corner there. And every time you add a shimmer, go back in and blend around it. Otherwise, it'll look like you just plopped it on. Like you might think it looks fine, and then you blend and you're like, oh, it looks better now. I want my lower lash line to be a little bit thicker as well, so I'm just blending in there. If you have some fallout that doesn't want to go away, just pick up some foundation powder and pack it over it. Powders are really good at going over powders. Now while I think about what lipstick I want, liner, lashes, let's go. You know, most of my liner ends up disappearing behind the strips of my lashes. So instead of putting the liner on first, I'm gonna try putting the lashes on first and then doing the liner around it. See how that works, because we're experimenting today. I have been struggling with these lashes lately. I don't know what it is. I think they need a wash, a good clean. I think there's some lash glue built up on here. Which I'm curious to know, how many times do you wear your lashes before you throw them out? when do you decide as a normal person that it's time to throw them out? Because I know all them makeup experts that do the makeup tutorials tell you should throw them out after like 2 to 3 uses, but they get lashes in PR. So us normal people who have to buy our own supplies, how often do you throw your lashes out? Because I'm gonna be real, I wear my lashes until you really can't wear them anymore. I think I've had these lashes all year and they're still going strong, they still look good. I think this might be the first time ever I'm happy without eyeliner. I'm so surprised. I feel like I should wear eyeliner, but it looks great with just the lashes. So I'm just gonna do some inner corner eyeliner to hide the lashes. But the outer corner, I think I'm good. We just found out our power is gonna be out until tomorrow, which sucks because I've been looking forward to editing. I've been filming a lot recently and I haven't been editing. But when I start editing, I love like binge editing. It's so satisfying. But I only have so much battery power on my phone. I only have so much on my computer, so I don't know what I'm gonna do with myself today. I'm sure there's gonna be some people asking like, oh my gosh, why is your power out? Why aren't you freaking out about it? And to that I say, you should Google what load shedding is. This is unfortunately not new to us. I remember I was watching a makeup tutorial and their power went out while they were halfway through filming a video and they were like, oh my gosh, what's going on? Started calling people asking what's going on, and then like 5 minutes later the power came back on and they were like, oh my gosh, I was so worried. And I was like, that's something that worries you? Not in a bad way, but in a, you have electricity so reliably that it worries you when it goes off. I'm sure that's a weird topic for some of you. So moving on to lips, I think I'm gonna do a nice pink. I was thinking of doing a red lip, but I feel like that'll take away from the red of the eyeshadow, so a bright pink it is. I'm gonna try this matte flat finish pigment gloss from LA Girl in the color Dreamy. Remember correctly, it's a nice pink nude. I like it. I'm waiting for the lipstick to dry down. I want to add a little bit of a gold metallic touch to it. But that's it for today. I think this is the final makeup look. I think I'm gonna take a touch of this one. I want gold, not rose gold. And where the light naturally reflects on my lips, I'm gonna look in my camera. I can see it kind of naturally catches it here. So that's where I'm gonna apply the color to just accentuate that. And the upper lip on this ridge here. Such a small amount, but I also want it to be even. Let's let the hair down. I don't think I'm gonna do anything with it. The blonde to go with the yellow. How nice is that? Let's get a little volume in the back there for the picture. Smooth it out so it still looks pretty. And then that is the final result. Other than the big fat red mark on my hand, I think this look turned out great. I am very happy that this style of eyeshadow works. Even though it's pretty big, it doesn't feel big. And I find it's an easy approach to something pretty dramatic. It works with a variety of colors. I'm happy to see that as well. This yellow is not as bright as the blue that I used previously when I tried something similar, but it worked even though the colors aren't as pigmented, which I'm happy with as well. I'm glad it works even though it's a little bit more blended. I'm thrilled at the fact that I didn't need eyeliner. I always feel like I need eyeliner, but I'm very happy that after just putting the lashes on, I was like, oh, we good to go. I just needed to accentuate the inner corner because the eyeshadow was already there, but I'm very happy with that. I'm happy that I only used one lipstick. Excuse me, I always mix at least 3 or 4 to get the dimension I'm going for. But today, just one liquid lipstick and a little bit of highlighter. Very happy with that. And I'm very proud of myself for using the color red. Red is such a scary color to use around your eyes because you really risk looking puffy, sick, like you were crying, and just like something's wrong. So red is a really risky color, but I think this worked out fine. I am very proud of myself. I hope you are proud of me. I also hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making this video. Thank you for keeping me company while the power is out. Think of me while you're charging your phone tonight. Please like this video if you like the way this turned out, and leave a comment if you want me to reply to you. And then I look forward to seeing you again next time. Bye!